All right, hey, what's up guys? Riley here from becomingelectrician.com. In this video, I want to talk to you about my coveralls. This has been a debate over the many years I was an electrician. Everyone always liked pants, but I've always wore coveralls. I really enjoyed them. It allowed me to have tons of pocket space right here, nice and convenient for all my pens. My pens always got stolen because someone would always come up to me and they'd be like, hey man, can I borrow your pen? But you can see I have like my Volt-Tick on me, pen, Sharpie, pencil, right? This is like, when you're bending pipe, right? And then this is just like a pencil if you have to like write down like in your notepad, right? I always tell you guys, you got to have a notepad. So important as you are an apprentice electrician. I always had my phone in there too. I'm going to walk you through like my whole setup here in just a moment. But before we do, definitely check out my free book I have for you guys for apprentice electricians. Just go to becomingelectrician.com/subscribe. You can download that free book by entering your name and email. Tons of valuable tips that I've learned from being an apprentice electrician, okay? All right, so the first place I want to start is actually at my feet and work my way up. All right, so just quickly, so most of these Carhartt pants, if you guys don't know, they have a little hole in here and you can be putting a knee pad in there. So hopefully you can see that, but you can see I got a knee pad in there, right? So important that you always have knee pads in your pants. It's the same for coveralls and the pants. All right, so I'll first start on this side. So as you can see, I have my Milwaukee 18mm snap knife. It fits so good in the side here. In addition, this little strap here, so powerful to put a hammer, because again, as electricians, we're always doing different things on a job site, right? So if we're stapling, boom, it's right here. Staples in the pocket, whatever you want to do. Some companies really always force the tool belts. I've never liked the tool belts. It's more important to protect your body. You can fit tons of staples in here if all you're doing is stapling and pulling wire, right? On this side here, you can see that let's say I was splicing or something. Look, there's Kleins in the back. There is strippers in the side, but you can see I just drop them in like that. They fit so nice. And then I also have the multi 11-in-1, right? This is by Klein Tools. And so that's just kind of like the workflow. It was just nice and easy. I always had tools. If I was ever walking around and someone calls you, for example, a drywaller says, hey man, I don't have power. I can easily diagnose with a multi-tool, with strippers, Kleins, right? A knife. And one other thing I'll show you quickly is the reason why the coveralls are so awesome is because, they have suspenders. So it's not like you need a belt. So it always felt really comfy and nice in here. And so I was always able to just put like my impact or my drill right there, if we're just boxing or whatever. And I know it doesn't have a battery on it, but so it was a little heavy, but still it would fit on there good. And it was just like I was wearing a tool pouch always with my coveralls. Now, another thing I want to say here is because you're wearing coveralls, I actually have pants underneath here. So I have two pockets inside the coveralls, one on the left, one on the right. This was really nice to put like your keys or a wallet, something that you don't really want. It was always kind of like, do you put that stuff in your lunchbox? Because, if you leave your lunchbox, it's kind of vulnerable. You also have your pockets out here too. These pockets, since they're more heavy duty, you can be putting your screws in, your staples, morettes, whatever, but then you still have your more personal pockets in behind. So it was really useful that way. The next thing I want to say is when it comes to the actual coveralls, they have allowed me to wear the same clothes all the way from like high school as I was working. It saved me a lot of money. Coveralls are a little bit more expensive than pants because of, there's more material and everything, but I'm telling you that it protected my clothes and it was so awesome. Also in the winter months, it is like an extra layer. If you do want to wear sweatpants, long johns, whatever, you can wear that underneath your coveralls and then you just bundle up, all right? Now I'll just quickly talk about just right here. So you can see I always have a Volt-Tick on me. Like I said, when if you're walking down the hall, someone calls you, hey man, we don't have power. Boom, at least you have something to kind of test. Like, people always say you should never use a Volt-Tick to fully rely on, but there you go. Okay, always have a pen, always have a Sharpie. If you're bending pipe, this is usually what I'd always be using, and a pencil for your basic kind of writing. One thing, again, I always tell you guys, you want to have a notepad on you, right? You write down your materials, you write down your questions, right? Whenever you're, especially if you're brand new, if you are going to be talking to your journeyman, it is so important to be writing down your questions so that when you have time to talk with them, you can ask questions. I'll just look in here, see if I have anything, because I haven't worn these clothes in like the past 2 years because for those of you who don't know, like I teach beat making, right? So I have some books about beat making. If you want to check them out, you can check out my FL Studio Beginner's book, range boxes. We were trying to do a material count. I guess we were trying to order for the site, octagons and just stuff like that. But I'm telling you, so this setup right here that you're seeing was like the ultimate setup. I was so organized. But anyway, so that's my little overview of my coveralls. I'm telling you guys, I really, really enjoyed them. One thing I do want to say, guys, is get knee pads, right? They're called soft knees, I believe. And what you want to do is you roll them up like into like a roll, and into like a little sausage roll. You just roll them up there. Once you get them in, it's done. You can wash your coveralls with them in. And I had nothing but great experience with these things. The only thing that's kind of annoying with coveralls is the straps a little bit. Sometimes like, you know, they can dig in a little bit, but over time you get used to it. Also, sometimes just going to like the washer in them is kind of annoying a little bit, but hey, you got to fly, and yeah, everything's pretty good, guys. So you guys do what you want out there, but like I said, this is my setup. I really enjoyed it. It allowed me to be super, super efficient, super organized, as well as save money on my clothes. You don't have to wear a belt. It's nice and loose. In the summertime, it was half decently cool. It allowed me to stay pretty clean, that, you know, once I got home from work and I take them off, it's just like, you know, so I really had a great experience, and I just wanted to pass on many of these things that I've learned that you guys can now be aware of. So again, this is kind of like a pants versus coveralls kind of video, but more just kind of why I like coveralls. So again, if you guys would like to learn more about becoming an electrician, check out my free book I've written for you guys as apprentice electricians. Just go to becominganelectrician.com/subscribe, enter in your name and email, and I'll send you my free book. And again, don't forget to check out my other beat making books. It's called FL Studio Beginner's Book by Riley Weller, or my artist and producer named Gratuitous. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube if you would like more videos from me.